How is everybody doing today? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. It's Tuesday, July 13th. Markets just closed, 4:04 p.m. AHPI, the big winner today. I think personally, this thing going into after hours, I think it's got a good chance of squeezing up still. This thing had insane volume. 200 million in volume today. SNOA popping off as well. A lot of stocks were popping and ramping this all day today, pretty much. We're going to cover and break them all down. EZGO, just so many stocks popping up today. So many. INBD or IMB, VZIO, ZIVO. I can't even talk. Let's go back to AHPI real quick. Pretty much the same exact story as that MDIA. Yesterday, MDIA was the big runner and winner everybody was talking about. And today, that slowly faded all day. MDIA faded today, but yesterday it ran from 4 all the way up to 1850 in one day. One day, guys. All day it ran up. Just like AHPI. But then the next day, this thing opens and just fades off. AHPI, let's see, MDIA did 87 million in volume on this day. AHPI, like we just mentioned, 208 million in volume. That float is only 3 million. They've rotated that float so many times. I'm not even sure. Let's see real quick how many times they've rotated that float. I'm not good at math. I'm garbage at math. Let's see. I want to say 66 times they've rotated that float. That's insane. So AHPI, this has got a good chance of gapping up pretty big tomorrow. That's insane volume for a low float stock. Much better day today than yesterday for sure, and seeing the market. Yesterday I mentioned how I felt like I was one step behind on everything. This morning, to kick things off, BLIN started ripping it up right here and popping. Nice run from 580 running all the way to $10. And if you guys remember, MRIN ran with BLIN. So pre-market, when BLIN starts taking off, I tell the chat, hey guys, keep an eye out for MRIN, because it was the leader last time with BLIN. So if BLIN's ripping like this, MRIN is sure to follow. Sure enough, MRIN starts ripping up from 1350, running all the way up to 1650, and hitting a high today of $18. Let's actually look this up real quick. So this morning, pulling up BLIN and MRIN, we were in chat here. This is Tuesday. This thing's really going to make me go. So right here today at 8:38 a.m. I said, so if BLIN is running, I would be watching MRIN to follow. 8:38, I said that. So right here, if you look at the timestamp right there on the little thing, it says I said it at 8:38. I mentioned it before this thing even popped and ran. I don't know which way to go on this thing. Discord's screwing me over here. So I gotta scroll all the way up, back up to this morning. Alright. Give me 1 second. Here's my PNL on MRIN. And now if I go in here and I show my trades, apply, okay. Come on. There we go. I'm loading up here on MRIN before it starts ripping and popping off. I'm trying to load up on this thing, and it's only filling me 400 shares at a time. So I wasn't really able to load up super huge on this thing. I picked up 2,400 shares down at 1390, 1380s, just before that 14 break right here. This thing starts ripping and up. I'm selling as it's breaking over $16. So beautiful start to the morning with MRIN. Day hasn't even started yet, and I'm locking in $5,000. Awesome start and beautiful trade on this thing. I'm super proud of the way I traded this. Beautiful opportunity. Forms a nice wedge here. Breaks down from the wedge just below 15 and then squeezes up $3 to 18. Go over to BLIN real quick. I traded BLIN as well, making 2,500 on this. This one, we call this the shimmy pullback. When you have a stock that's pulling back like this, when it starts crossing up over that trend line, nice surge up on this thing. This thing ran all the way up to that psychological $10. So within the first 10-15 minutes, the market opens, my day's pretty much done for. I got so many things open right here. I'm having a hard time knowing where to look right now. So great start to the day today. We're done within the first 10-15 minutes. And all these other stocks start popping up, like AHPI starts just taking off, taking off and running super huge. We were also watching NEGG. We said right out of the open with this bad boy, keep an eye on it because it was starting to level out here. This was the number one stock 4 or 5 days ago. You guys all know I love keeping eyes on these stocks that ran recently. So NEGG today, right out of the open at 36, just explodes up to $43. That's a big run, guys. From 36 up to 42.50. It's a nice almost $7 run. Beautiful. And if you remember OSAT, that had a little action this morning from 11.50 running up to almost 15. Very sloppy though. If you guys, I know you guys remember OSAT. This gapped up right here not too long ago. Right here. And it was super, super ugly. Very ugly and very hard to trade. When this popped up again, I really wasn't even interested. This was the day it popped up, I think, right here. Failed, morning breakout, comes back, fails again, falls down below VWAP, then from 8 runs up to 10.50, 11. It does a lot of fake outs. But look at how many days it took for it to make a move from this day right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th day, it finally made its bounce and its move right here. To fill this, try and fill this gap. On the 10-minute here, there's a big gap right here on the chart. That's an error in the chart. So traders love trying to look out for these stocks to fill gaps right here. And you see from the bottom all the way to the top over here, it filled that gap. That big void right here. Traders love trying to do stuff like that with these stocks. TPST. This was the number one stock for 2 days pretty much. Even yesterday it was on watch. This thing's still pulling back. I think TPST is in store for a good run in the future. For a nice bounce. Same thing goes for that other name. Where is it at? SGOC. This was the number one stock for 2 days pretty much right here. So today we got a nice sharp pullback. Just setting up for other opportunities down the road. This is most definitely going to be on watch tomorrow. What else did we have today? Let me see here. That AHPI sure is getting driven down into the ground right now. Watch tomorrow. I think it personally gaps up. Gaps up over 10. Who knows where this could gap up? I mean, that so much volume in on this stock. It's insane. One thing I didn't do though, let's look at it real quick. Go to Flash SEC, see if they have anything. I'm not seeing any they look pretty clean. They ain't got nothing. But the thing to keep in mind with this, man, it's a low float. Only 4.7% of the float is short. They have 0 cash. That's how much cash they have. So they're broke as can be. They don't have no money. And every single time you look up at that daily chart, it had a big day. The next day, it would gap down significantly lower. But with the stock doing 200 million in volume, that's just absurd. That is. That's insane. 200 million in volume. That's a lot of money flowing into a stock. SNOA, this is a familiar name. This may heat up and take off down the road. Most definitely worth keeping an eye on, for sure. CLDX. There was a lot of stocks that popped off today. A lot. CLDX is back up near that 50 bucks. That's worth keeping an eye on. OXBR popping off. After hours. RCAT. Good run today from 3 up to 6. I heard a few of you guys talking about XELA. That had a good run from 350 to 550. PLXP. Good $3 run today. And it's not a coincidence that these stocks set up patterns like this over and over. Yeah, within the first half hour, I was pretty much done. Locking in those profits for the day. We'll come back tomorrow, repeat the process, do the same thing. There's still 3 days left in the week. That's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Quick, just little recap of the day. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Killed it. Made a good opportunity today. Let's ask the stock bot real quick. What was the most popular stocks? In Discord today. AHPI. It's not even up on the list today. Look at that. SPY, Apple, Tesla, XELA. AHPI is not even up on the list. That's crazy. Good job today, Nick G. Locking in almost $7,000. That's impressive, man. Look at that. Every 1 minute candle pretty much had, on average, 1 million in volume. That's just absurd. Wow. You guys be easy out there. Thanks for tuning in, watching, and joining. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. As I say, guys, have that patience, have that discipline, study, study, study. I'm burnt out for the day. I think you guys can tell with how slow I'm talking and reacting. It's been a long day with a lot of stocks popping up. Learn from these charts, guys. Take snapshots of them, study them, break them down. Learn from these moves today to better prepare for the future. Be safe out there, guys. We'll see you guys in chat in the morning tomorrow. Let's go. Later.